Boavista Futebol Clube, commonly known as Boavista, is a Portuguese sports club from the city of Porto. Founded on August 1, 1903, it is one of the oldest clubs in the country and plays in the Primeira Liga. It grew to become Porto's second greatest club behind Porto with sections dedicated to several sports including football, chess, gymnastics, bicycle racing and futsal, among others, the most notable being the football section with their trademark checkered white and black shirts. One of the most prominent clubs in Portuguese football, with 9 main national titles won, Boavista spent 39 consecutive seasons in the Primeira Liga, winning in 2001, being together with Belenenses, the only team outside the Big Three to win the Portuguese Championship. It is also the most successful Portuguese club after the Big Three, in national and international competitions. Its stadium, Estádio do Bessa, was built in 1973, although football has been played there at the former Campo do Bessa since the 1910s, and was revamped for use in Euro 2004. History: early league years, Boavista was promoted to the Primeira Liga for the first time in 1935 Euro 36 and were relegated instantly. For the next 2 decades they were yo-yos bouncing between the Primeira and Segunda Divisão. Their lowest ebb was in 1966, when they were relegated to the Terceira Divisão. They were promoted back to the second tier after 2 seasons and began building their reputation in earnest. The golden era begins. Their first threat to the league title domination by the Big Three was in 1975 Euro 76 under the guidance of Valentim Loureiro and José copyright Maria Pedroto, when Boavista finished second. From contenders to champions, they would be second place again in 1998 Euro 99, already in the presidency of João Loureiro. Finally, with the same president and with Jaime Pacheco as coach, in 2000 Euro 01, Boavista won the national championship after beating Desportivo das Aves 3 Euro 0, on 18 Maio the first time in 55 years, and only the second time ever, that a side outside the Big Three had won the title. The following season saw them finish second to Sporting Clube de Portugal. Erwin Nchez, one of Bolivia's football legends, is widely considered to be Boavista's most influential player of the last 15 years, after helping the club win the 2001 league and captaining the team, while also participating in the overachieving 2003 European campaign. A midfielder with an accurate and powerful long-range shot and a free-kick specialist, he was a leading player for Bolivia both in the 1994 FIFA World Cup qualifiers and finals. Nchez left the club in March 2004, after a brief and unsuccessful spell as its manager. European forays: in Europe, during the presidencies of Valentim Loureiro and of his son João Loureiro, Boavista have achieved strong success, and are referred to as the club with the strange shirts. The highlight was their brilliant UEFA Cup run in 2002 Euro 03, when they were knocked out by Celtic in the semi-finals, just one match from what could have been an all-Portuguese and indeed all-Porto final, with FC Porto ultimately lifting the trophy. Boavista enjoyed several other high points in the same competition, including the elimination of Atletico Madrid 5 Euro 4 in the first round in 1981 Euro 82. In 1986 Euro 87, Boavista beat ACF Fiorentina but lost to Rangers in a tense second-round match at Ibrox Stadium. In 1991 Euro 92, they knocked out FC Internazionale Al Milano 2 Euro 1 in the first round and, 2 seasons later, made it to the quarter-finals after knocking out Greek outfit FI Crete and SS Lazio of Italy. Boavista qualified twice for the UEFA Champions League. In 1999 Euro 2000, although having shown interesting football in the respective matches, they finished bottom of their group, thus being eliminated, but, 2 seasons later, sprang surprise by beating and knocking out German giants Borussia Dortmund and Dynamo Kiev in the initial group stages, advancing to the next round with Liverpool. There, the Panthers met with stronger challengers like Manchester United and FC Bayern Munich. With their financial objective already met, new horizons opened up for the team as they began their group by surprising FC Nantes at home by winning 1 Euro 0, and went to the top of the group after the draw between Manchester United and Bayern Munich, eventually finishing a respectable third, only 1 point behind the qualification. Boavista has a reputation in Portugal and, to some extent abroad, as an attacking team, playing hard-fought matches, even in defeat. One shining example of this is the 2001 Portuguese title, during the Golden João Loureiro's presidency, where the team was the best defence in terms of goals conceded, at the same time having one of the best attacks of the competition. It was only the second time a team other than the Big Three managed to win the title. The other was Compañeros Belenenses back in the 1945 Euro 46 season. This style was mainly the brainchild of coach Jaime Pacheco. With his departure for SC Mallorca in 2003, the team started to play less attractive football over the next 2 years and their results began to decline. Pacheco returned, but their image only started to change when Pacheco was replaced by Carlos Brito for 2005 Euro 06. Ironically, he came back to replace sacked Angstrom one-half ELJKO Petrevia in October 2006, who in turn was a late replacement for Porto-bound Gisoldo Ferreira, who departed before the first match day. Downfall: 2003 marked the latest appearance on the spotlight by the club. The construction of the modern and aesthetic 30.000 all-covered seats Estadio do Bessa XXI left a deep hole on the club's finances, and the less money to hire quality players, together with internal turmoil, contributed to the fall of the club. So, after 3 consecutive failures to achieve European competition, Boavista lived through a less brilliant period. Talisman coach Jaime Pacheco returned for a third stint as Boavista manager, but the club did not manage to leave the second half of the table. The financial problems originated by the failure of the public entity's promises prompted the club to a back-to-basics attitude, betting on younger players and resurrecting the club's youth academy, which launched the careers of well-known players as João Vieira Pinto, Petty, Nuno Gomes, Bosingwa, Raul Meireles and a lot of others. After the legendary president João Loureiro went out, in 2007, and during the hapless presidency of Joachim Teixeira, despite finishing 9th in the 2007 Euro 08 season, Boavista was relegated in June 2008 to the second division due to intimidation of referees, through its involvement in the Apito final scandal. Back to the second and third tiers and to the first tier, the club suffered greatly throughout 2008 Euro 09, and although finishing in 15th place was, at first, spared from relegation to the third level, due to the irregularities related demotion of FC Vizela. The club's financial debts, however, led to an eventual demotion nonetheless. This was the first time they played in the Portuguese third tier in 41 years. In January 2013, João Loureiro, pressed by thousands of members of the club to come back, was elected president once again. After a long legal battle, in June 2013 Boavista was entitled the right to come back to the Portuguese Liga Zone Sagas. Also, after a negotiation with the creditors of the club, the debt was cut in half, which created a lot of hope for the future, and a good number of members of the club are returning once again to the famous Estadio do Bessa. In February 2014, Boavista also achieved a C-RIV with its creditors. On April 2014, the Executive Committee of the League approved the application for participation in the Primeira Liga in the 2014-2015 season. Through a statement, the Commission explains that the application of the club also received the assent of the Technical Study Group and Audit. After 6 years, it returned to the Primeira Liga in the 2014-2015 season, debuting in Braga with a 3-0 loss against SC Braga. Honours: Primeira Liga. Winners: 2000 Euro 01, runners-up: 1975 Euro 76, 1998 Euro 99, 2001 Euro 02. Portuguese Cup. Winners: 1974 Euro 75, 1975 Euro 76, 1978 Euro 79, 1991 Euro 92, 1996 Euro 97, runners-up: 1992 Euro 93. Portuguese Super Cup. Winners: 1979, 1992, 1997, runners-up, 2001. Portuguese Second Division. Winners, 1936 Euro 37, 1949 Euro 50, runners-up, 1934 Euro 35, 1939 Euro 40, 1968 Euro 69. Campeonato do Porto. Winners, 1913 Euro 14. League and Cup history. The club has made 50 appearances at the top level of Portuguese football. In 1979, it also won the very first edition of the National Super Cup. Current squad, as of September 12, 2014, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Art on loan, note. Flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Notable former players, Stadium. The Estádio do Bessa is Boavista's home ground, used solely for football. Like other stadiums used in UEFA Euro 2004, the stadium was rebuilt for the competition, but on top of the old stands, and each one of them at a different time, allowing Boavista to continue playing there. It cost $45,164,726, from which $7,785,735 were supported from the Portuguese state, and featured an all-seater capacity of 28,263 spectators. Plans for improvement actually existed before the organisation of the Euro 2004 was given to Portugal in 1999, and by then, the first works were already underway. It was designed by Grupo 3 Arquitectura. Colors, originally fully black, Boavista's kit changed throughout the years. In the 1920s the shorts were changed to white while everything else remained the same. Years later, and due to the color black being considered morbid and generating a non-consensual feeling towards certain fans, the club's board decided to introduce a black and white striped shirt. Even though it drastically reduced the color black from the kit, it still proved unpopular with some supporters. Boavista then took the drastic measure to field a team with a shirt made of red, white and blue stripes. The kit was met with some negative remarks from the press and fans, so the colors and patterns had to be changed. After a board member's trip to France, he witnessed a French team playing with a black and white checkered shirt, the dominant colors Boavista had historically on their football kits. Upon his return the team's shirt was finally changed, while the crest was also changed to reflect the new identity Boavista had reached. The checkered shirts were first used in a match against SL Benfica, in January 29, 1933, with Boavista winning 4-0. Kit evolution, women's team. The women's team is one of the strongest in Portugal, having won several titles in a row during the 1990s, as well as the formation U19, U17, U15 and U13 teams, that won all national championships, and brought up several talented and famous international players. See also, Boavista, footnotes. External links, official website, Boavista FC. At Primeira Liga.